Chapter 1. Introduction. The air hung thick with the scent of linseed oil and turpentine, as Lily dabbed a brush into a swirl of cerulean blue. Sunlight streamed through the dusty windows of her attic studio, casting long shadows that danced with the strokes of her brush. A symphony of squeaks and rustles echoed from the rafters above, a familiar chorus that often accompanied her creative endeavors. Lily, with her unruly auburn curls and eyes that sparkled with a hint of mischief, was an artist in every sense of the word. Her canvases were a riot of color, emotion, and imagination, each stroke imbued with a passion that resonated with the depths of her soul. But Lily was not just an artist of paint and canvas. She possessed a unique empathy that extended beyond human boundaries. She understood the unspoken language of animals, a gift that had both enchanted and isolated her throughout her life. Today, however, her focus was not on the canvas before her. A new neighbor had moved into the apartment below, and the rhythmic tapping of his footsteps had disrupted the usual symphony of squeaks and rustles. Curiosity gnawed at her, a flicker of interest igniting within her as she imagined the person who now shared her building. Setting aside her brush, Lily made her way downstairs, her heart thumping with a nervous anticipation. She paused outside the neighbor's door, her hand hovering over the doorbell. With a deep breath, she pressed the button, the chime echoing through the quiet hallway. The door creaked open, revealing a figure that took Lily's breath away. Remy, with his tousled dark hair and eyes that twinkled with amusement, exuded an air of effortless charm. His smile, a playful curve of his lips, revealed a dimple that hinted at a hidden mischief. "Hello," Remy greeted, his voice a warm baritone that sent a shiver down Lily's spine. "Welcome to the building. I'm Remy." "Lily," she replied, her voice barely a whisper. "I live upstairs." A comfortable silence settled between them, filled only by the rhythmic squeak of a floorboard beneath Remy's foot. Lily noticed the subtle shift of his gaze, a flicker of recognition that sparked in his eyes as he met her own. "An artist, I presume?" Remy inquired, gesturing towards the smudges of paint that adorned Lily's fingers. "Guilty as charged," Lily chuckled, a blush warming her cheeks. "I tend to wear my heart on my sleeve, or rather, my art on my fingertips." Remy's smile widened, revealing a row of perfectly straight teeth. "I'm an artist of sorts myself," he replied cryptically, his gaze lingering on Lily's face. Intrigued by his enigmatic response, Lily found herself drawn into a conversation that flowed effortlessly between them. They discussed art, music, and the quirks of their shared building, their laughter echoing through the hallway. As the afternoon sunlight streamed through the window, casting long shadows that danced with their words, Lily felt an undeniable connection to Remy, a spark of attraction that ignited within her. Hours melted away as they talked, their conversation weaving a tapestry of shared interests and unspoken understanding. Remy's wit and intelligence captivated Lily, while his gentle demeanor and genuine curiosity drew her in further. As the evening approached, Remy reluctantly excused himself, a promise of future conversations hanging in the air. Returning to her studio, Lily found herself unable to focus on her painting. Remy's image lingered in her mind, his smile imprinted on her thoughts. A warmth spread through her chest. Later that evening, as Lily sat by her window, a soft scratching sound caught her attention. She peered down to see a small brown rat perched on Remy's windowsill, its whiskers twitching as it gazed up at her. A smile tugged at Lily's lips as she recognized the rat as one of her frequent attic visitors. She winked at the creature, a silent acknowledgement of their shared connection. To her surprise, the rat seemed to wink back, its beady eyes sparkling with intelligence. Then, in a moment that defied logic, the rat's lips moved, forming words that echoed in Lily's mind. "He likes you too, you know." Lily gasped, her eyes widening in disbelief. The rat tilted its head, a mischievous glint in its eyes, as if confirming the impossible truth. A surge of excitement coursed through Lily, her heart pounding with a mixture of astonishment and delight. Could Remy truly understand the language of animals as she did? The possibility ignited a spark of wonder within her, a yearning to unravel the mystery that surrounded her enigmatic neighbor. As she drifted off to sleep that night, Lily's dreams were filled with images of Remy, his laughter mingling with the squeaks and rustles of her attic companions. The spark of attraction had ignited a flame of curiosity, a longing to explore the depths of Remy's extraordinary gift and the connection that bloomed between them. Chapter 2: The Rat Whisperer. The following morning, Lily awoke with a renewed sense of purpose. The encounter with the rat had left an indelible mark on her mind, a tantalizing mystery that begged to be solved. She couldn't shake the feeling that Remy held the key to unraveling the enigma of her own abilities. Determined to explore the connection she sensed between them, Lily decided to pay Remy another visit. Armed with a freshly baked batch of blueberry muffins, she descended the stairs, her heart pounding with anticipation. Remy answered the door with a surprised smile, his eyes lighting up at the sight of Lily. "Good morning," he greeted, his voice laced with a hint of warmth. "To what do I owe the pleasure?" "I just wanted to say thank you for yesterday," Lily replied, holding out the plate of muffins. "Your company was a delightful surprise." Remy's eyes twinkled with amusement as he accepted the offering. "Blueberry muffins? My favorite. You're spoiling me already." Lily stepped inside, her gaze scanning the cozy apartment. Bookshelves lined the walls, overflowing with volumes that ranged from art history to obscure scientific journals. A worn leather armchair sat invitingly in the corner, a stack of papers and sketches scattered on the nearby coffee table. The air hummed with a creative energy that resonated with Lily's own artistic spirit. As they settled onto the couch, the conversation flowed easily, picking up where they had left off the day before. Lily couldn't help but notice the way Remy's eyes sparkled with intelligence, his words laced with a dry wit that made her chuckle. "So," Lily ventured, her voice tinged with curiosity, "what kind of artist are you?" Remy paused, a thoughtful expression crossing his face. "I work with a unique medium," he replied, his gaze meeting Lily's with a hint of mischief. "One that might be a bit unconventional." Lily's heart skipped a beat, her intuition telling her that Remy was about to reveal something extraordinary. "Unconventional?" she echoed, her curiosity piqued. Remy leaned forward, his voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. "I communicate with rats." Lily blinked, her mind struggling to process his words. "You talk to rats?" she stammered, a mixture of skepticism and fascination warring within her. Remy chuckled, a warm sound that dispelled any trace of awkwardness. "Not exactly talk," he clarified. "It's more of a telepathic connection. I can sense their thoughts, their emotions, their intentions." Lily's eyes widened, her skepticism giving way to a growing sense of wonder. "That's incredible," she breathed, her voice barely a whisper. Remy nodded, a hint of vulnerability flickering in his eyes. "It's a gift, I suppose," he said, "but it's also a burden. Not everyone understands or accepts it." Lily reached out, her hand gently touching Remy's arm. "I understand," she said, her voice filled with empathy. "I have a similar gift, although mine is not as developed as yours." Remy's eyes widened in surprise, a spark of hope igniting within them. "You do?" he asked, his voice filled with eagerness. Lily nodded, a shy smile gracing her lips. "I can sense the emotions of animals," she explained, "but I've never been able to communicate with them as you do." Remy's smile returned, a warmth radiating from his eyes. "Perhaps we can learn from each other," he suggested, his voice filled with excitement. "I have a mentor, an old rat named Professor Whiskers, who has taught me much about interspecies communication. Perhaps he could help you develop your gift as well." Lily's heart fluttered with anticipation. The prospect of learning more about her own abilities, and perhaps even communicating with the rats that shared her attic, filled her with a sense of exhilaration. "I would love that," she replied, her voice filled with gratitude. Remy stood up, extending his hand towards Lily. "Come with me," he said, a mischievous glint in his eyes. "It's time you met Professor Whiskers." Lily took his hand, her pulse quickening as she followed him out of the apartment and down the stairs to the basement. Remy led her through a maze of pipes and storage rooms, their footsteps echoing in the dimly lit space. Finally, they reached a hidden D. Remy produced a key from his pocket and unlocked the door, revealing a dimly lit tunnel that led into the darkness. Lily hesitated for a moment, a flicker of apprehension crossing her face. But Remy's reassuring smile and the warmth of his hand in hers gave her the courage to step forward. As they ventured deeper into the tunnel, Lily noticed the air growing warmer and more humid. The walls were lined with intricate carvings, depicting scenes of rats engaged in various activities, playing music, painting, and even reading books. The flickering light of Remy's lantern revealed a world hidden from human eyes, a world where rats lived in harmony and creativity. Finally, they reached a large chamber, illuminated by the soft glow of bioluminescent moss. In the center of the chamber sat a massive oak tree, its roots spreading across the floor like a network of veins. At the base of the tree, perched on a throne made of acorns and twigs, sat a large brown rat with a flowing, "What?" "Professor Whiskers," Remy announced, bowing respectfully. "I bring you a guest." The rat's beady eyes twinkled with intelligence as he surveyed Lily. "Welcome, young one," he greeted, his voice deep and resonant. "I have been expecting you." Lily gasped, her eyes widening in astonishment. The rat had spoken directly to her, his voice echoing in her mind with a clarity that surpassed any human conversation. "You can hear me?" she asked, her voice filled with wonder. Professor Whiskers nodded, a benevolent smile spreading across his face. Chapter 3: Artistic Harmony. The chamber where Professor Whiskers resided was a testament to the creativity and ingenuity of the rat community. Tapestries, woven from leaves and spider silk, adorned the walls, depicting scenes of rat folklore and historical events. Intricate sculptures carved from acorns and twigs stood proudly on moss-covered pedestals, each one a masterpiece of miniature artistry. Professor Whiskers gestured towards a plush cushion fashioned from dandelion fluff. "Please, make yourself comfortable," he invited, his voice a soothing rumble. Lily sank onto the cushion, her heart still racing with excitement. Remy sat beside her, his hand finding hers in a gesture of silent reassurance. "So, young Lily," Professor Whiskers began, his beady eyes twinkling with curiosity, "tell me about your gift." Lily took a deep breath, gathering her thoughts. "I can sense the emotions of animals," she explained, her voice a little shaky. "I can feel their joy, their fear, their pain. But I've never been able to communicate with them in words as Remy does." Professor Whiskers nodded thoughtfully. "Your gift is a rare and precious one," he said. "It is the language of the heart, a connection that transcends words and species. It is a gift that can be honed and developed, but it requires patience, empathy, and a willingness to listen." Lily listened intently, absorbing every word. Remy squeezed her hand, a silent message of support and encouragement. "Remy has told me much about you," Professor Whiskers continued, He speaks of your compassion, your creativity, and your deep love for animals. These are qualities that will serve you well on your journey." Lily blushed, her heart swelling with gratitude. She had never felt so seen and understood, so accepted for who she was. Professor Whiskers leaned forward, his eyes sparkling with wisdom. "The key to unlocking your full potential lies in opening your heart and mind to the whispers of the natural world," he said. "Spend time with the animals, observe their behavior, and listen to the unspoken language of their hearts. With practice and patience, you will begin to hear their voices, to understand their needs, and to communicate with them in a way that transcends words." Lily nodded, her determination solidifying. She was ready to embark on this new chapter of her life, to explore the depths of her gift, and to connect with the animal world on a deeper level. With Professor Whisker's guidance, Lily and Remy began a journey of learning and discovery. They spent countless hours in the rat realm, observing the rats' daily routines, their social interactions, and their intricate communication system. Lily learned to decipher the subtle nuances of their body language, the twitch of a whisker, the flick of a tail, the glint in an eye. As Lily's understanding of the rat language grew, so did her bond with Remy. They spent hours discussing their shared experiences, their laughter echoing through the underground chamber. Remy shared his insights into the rat world, his stories filled with humor, warmth, and a deep respect for his furry friends. One day, as Lily was sketching a group of rats engaged in a lively dance, she noticed Remy watching her with a curious expression. "What is it?" she asked, a self-conscious blush creeping onto her cheeks. Remy smiled, his eyes twinkling with admiration. "Your art," he said. "It's different." Lily looked down at her sketchpad, surprised by his words. She hadn't realized it, but her recent experiences in the rat realm had influenced her art in subtle yet profound ways. The rats' playful nature, their intricate social dynamics, and their unique perspective on the world had seeped into her subconscious, infusing her work with a new depth and vitality. Remy continued to observe her, his gaze unwavering. "I think you're starting to see the world through their eyes," he said softly. "Your art is becoming a bridge between our worlds, a window into the hearts and minds of these incredible creatures." Lily's heart skipped a beat, a wave of emotion washing over her. Remy's words resonated with a truth she had only begun to grasp. Her connection with the rats had awakened a new dimension of her artistic expression, a newfound ability to capture the essence of their world and share it with others. As the days turned into weeks, Lily and Remy's bond deepened, their love for each other growing stronger with each passing moment. They found solace and inspiration in each other's company, their shared passion for art and animals creating a unique and unbreakable connection. Their love transcended conventional boundaries, a testament to the power of open hearts and open minds. Chapter 4: The Skeptic's Challenge. The crisp autumn air carried the scent of cinnamon and pumpkin spice as Lily hurried down the cobblestone streets of Greenwich Village. Her arms were laden with art supplies, her mind buzzing with the inspiration she had gleaned from her recent forays into the rat realm. She couldn't wait to share her newfound artistic vision with her best friend, Clara. Lily burst through the door of Clara's cozy apartment, a whirlwind of energy and excitement. Clara, a no-nonsense journalist with a sharp wit and an even sharper sense of style, looked up from her laptop, a quizzical expression on her face. "Well, well, well," Clara drawled, her voice laced with playful sarcasm. "Look who's decided to grace us with her presence. I was starting to think you'd taken up permanent residence in the rat tunnels." Lily grinned, unfazed by Clara's teasing. "You wouldn't believe the things I've seen down there," she exclaimed, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. "The rats are incredible artists, Clara. They create the most amazing sculptures, tapestries, and even music." Clara raised a skeptical eyebrow. "Rats as bardists?" she scoffed. "Sounds like you've been spending too much time with your new boyfriend." Lily's cheeks flushed, a mixture of embarrassment and defensiveness rising within her. "Remy's not just my boyfriend," she retorted. "He's a remarkable person, Clara. He has a unique gift, a way of connecting with animals that I've never seen before." Clara sighed, setting aside her laptop with a resigned air. "Yuck, Lily," she began, her voice softening. "I'm happy for you. Really, I am. But this whole rat whisperer thing, it's a bit out there, don't you think?" Lily's heart sank. She had hoped for Clara's understanding and support, but it was clear that her best friend was struggling to accept the unconventional nature of her relationship with Remy. "It's not just about the rats, Clara," Lily pleaded. "Remy is kind, intelligent, and passionate. He makes me laugh. He challenges me, and he inspires me to be a better artist." Clara remained unconvinced. "I know you see something special in him, Lily," she said. "But I just worry that you're getting caught up in something that's not real. What if this rat whispering thing is just a delusion, a fantasy that you've created to escape the real world?" Lily's eyes welled up with tears, the sting of Clara's words piercing her heart. "It's not a delusion, Clara," she whispered, her voice trembling. "It's real. And Remy is real. Our love is real." Clara reached out, taking Lily's hand in hers. "I just want you to be happy, Lily," she said, her voice filled with genuine concern. "But I also want you to be safe. I've seen you get hurt before, and I don't want to see that happen again." Lily squeezed Clara's hand, a surge of gratitude warming her chest. She knew that Clara's skepticism stemmed from love and a desire to protect her. But Lily also knew that she couldn't deny the truth of her feelings for Remy. Nor could she ignore the undeniable connection she felt with the rat world. "I appreciate your concern, Clara," Lily replied, her voice steadier now. "But I have to follow my heart. I have to trust my instincts. And my instincts tell me that Remy is the real deal." Clara sighed, a hint of resignation in her eyes. "All right, Lily," she conceded. "I trust you. But promise me you'll be careful." Lily nodded, a wave of relief washing over her. She had overcome the first hurdle, the skepticism of her closest friend. But she knew that there would be more challenges ahead, more doubts to quell, and more societal norms to defy. As she made her way back to Remy's apartment, Lily's mind turned to the struggles he faced every day. She knew that his gift was often met with ridicule and disbelief, that he had to navigate a world that was often hostile to those who dared to be different. But Remy never wavered in his beliefs, his unwavering conviction in his connection with the rat world, inspiring Lily to stand firm in her own truth. When she reached Remy's door, she found him waiting for her, a gentle smile on his face. He reached out, pulling her into a warm embrace, his scent of cedarwood and cinnamon enveloping her like a comforting blanket. "How did it go with Clara?" he asked, his voice laced with concern. Lily leaned into him, her head resting against his chest. "Shh." Remy stroked her hair, his touch a balm to her weary soul. "I know it's not easy," he whispered, "but we'll face it together. We'll prove to the world that our love is real, that it can bridge the gap between species and break down the barriers that divide us." Lily looked up at him, her eyes filled with love and admiration. "I believe in us," she said, her voice ringing with conviction. "I believe in our love." As they stood there, bathed in the golden light of the setting sun, Lily and Remy knew that their journey would not be an easy one. But they also knew that their love was worth fighting for, a love that defied expectations and transcended boundaries. Chapter 5. Whispers of the Rat Council. The weeks following Lily's visit to the Rat Council chambers deepened the bond between her and Remy. Their shared secret, their unique connection to the animal world, fueled an intimacy that went beyond the physical. Late nights were spent entwined on the worn velvet couch in Remy's apartment. Not just in passionate embraces, but in deep conversation. One evening, as the moonlight streamed through the window, Remy, casting ethereal shadows on the walls, Professor Whiskers materialized on the armrest of the couch. His tiny paws twitched with a nervous energy that Lily had never witnessed before. Remy, sensing the elder rat's unease, gently stroked his fur. "Professor, what troubles you?" he asked, his voice laced with concern. Professor Whiskers took a deep breath, his whiskers quivering. "Remy, my boy," he began, his voice heavy with gravity. "The time has come for you to fulfill your destiny." Remy's brow furrowed, a sense of foreboding settling over him. "Destiny?" he questioned, his voice barely a whisper. Professor Whiskers nodded solemnly. "The ancient prophecies speak of a human, a bridge between worlds, who will unite the hearts of humans and animals," he explained. "This human is destined to play a pivotal role in restoring balance to the natural world." Lily's heart pounded with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. She knew instinctively that Remy was the human the prophecy spoke of, the bridge between worlds. "The Rat Council of Elders has summoned you to the Great Burrow," Professor Whiskers continued. "They believe you are the one who can fulfill the prophecy, the one who can lead us into a new era of harmony and understanding." Remy's gaze met Lily's, his eyes filled with a complex mixture of emotions: fear, doubt, and a glimmer of hope. He reached for her hand, his fingers interlacing with hers. "I don't know if I'm ready for this," he whispered, his voice thick with emotion. "I'm just a man who talks to rats. How can I possibly change the world?" Lily squeezed his hand, her eyes shining with unwavering belief. "You're not just a man who talks to rats, Remy," she said firmly. "You're a compassionate soul with a unique gift, a gift that can heal the wounds of a broken world. You have the power to inspire change, to awaken empathy, and to foster understanding between species." Remy looked at her, a flicker of hope rekindling in his eyes. "Do you really believe that?" he asked, his voice filled with vulnerability. Lily nodded, her gaze unwavering. "I know it," she replied. "I see it in your eyes, in your heart, in the way you connect with every living creature you encounter." Professor Whiskers nodded in agreement. "Lily speaks the truth, Remy," he said. "You have a destiny to fulfill, a path to follow. The Rat Council of Elders awaits your arrival." Remy took a deep breath, his resolve solidifying. "Then I shall go," he declared, his voice ringing with newfound determination. "I will face the council and embrace my destiny." The journey to the Great Burrow was a perilous one, fraught with danger and uncertainty. Remy, Lily, and Professor Whiskers ventured deep into the labyrinthine tunnels of the rat realm, guided by the whispers of ancient spirits and the twinkling lights of bioluminescent fungi. As they traveled, Remy grappled with the weight of his destiny. He questioned his abilities, his worthiness, and the impact he could truly make on the world. Doubts gnawed at his mind, threatening to unravel the newfound confidence he had gained from Lily's unwavering support. Lily, ever the astute observer, sensed his inner turmoil. She knew that Remy needed time to process the enormity of the task before him, to reconcile his human identity with the extraordinary gift that set him apart. One evening, as they rested in a chamber adorned with shimmering crystals, Lily took Remy's hand in hers. "Tell me your fears," she whispered, her voice a soothing balm to his troubled soul. Remy hesitated for a moment, his gaze fixed on the dancing shadows on the walls. I'm afraid of failing, he finally confessed, his voice barely audible. I'm afraid of not being enough, of not living up to the prophecy. Lily cupped his face in her hands, her eyes brimming with love and compassion. You are enough, Remy, she assured him, her voice filled with unwavering conviction. You are more than enough. You are kind, you are wise, and you have a heart that overflows with love for all living creatures. That is your true strength, your true power. Remy looked at her, his eyes reflecting the depth of her love and belief in him. He leaned forward, his lips brushing against hers in a tender kiss. Thank you, he whispered, his voice thick with emotion. Thank you for believing in me. Lily smiled, a warmth spreading through her chest. Always, she replied, her voice a promise etched in the depths of her soul. The following day, they reached the Great Burrow, a vast underground city carved from the earth and illuminated by the soft glow of bioluminescent fungi. The air buzzed with the energy of countless rats, their whispers echoing through the tunnels and chambers. Remy, flanked by Lily and Professor Whiskers, stood before the Rat Council of Elders. The council members, ancient and wise, regarded him with a mixture of curiosity and expectation. The eldest of the council, a venerable rat with a long white beard and eyes that shone with wisdom, addressed Remy. We have summoned you here, young human, because we believe you are the one spoken of in the prophecies, he said, his voice deep and resonant. The one who will bridge the gap between our worlds and Usher. Remy took a deep breath, his heart pounding with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. He knew that his life would never be the same, that his destiny was intertwined with the fate of the rat realm and the future of the natural world. Chapter 6. A Bridge Between Worlds. A hush fell over the cavernous chamber as Remy stepped forward, his heart thrumming in his chest like a hummingbird's wings. The Council of Elders, a venerable assembly of ancient rats with whiskers as white as moonlight, observed him with eyes that held both wisdom and expectation. Greetings, honored elders, Remy began, his voice echoing slightly in the vaulted chamber. I am Remy, the one you have summoned. A wizened rat named Elder Whiskers nodded slowly. We have heard much of your abilities, young Remy, he said, his voice a gravelly whisper that resonated with authority. Your connection to the rat realm is a gift, a bridge between our worlds. Remy bowed his head respectfully. I am humbled by your words, Elder Whiskers, he replied. I am here to learn, to serve, and to fulfill my destiny. Elder Whiskers smiled, a twinkle in his ancient eyes. Your destiny, young Remy, is to unite the hearts of humans and animals, he said, to heal the rift that has grown between our species and restore balance to the natural world. A wave of awe washed over Remy as he absorbed the elder's words. The weight of his responsibility settled upon his shoulders, a heavy yet exhilarating burden. He had always known that his gift was special, but he had never fully grasped the magnitude of its potential. I am ready to serve, Remy declared, his voice filled with newfound determination. But I will need your guidance, your wisdom, and your support. Elder Whiskers nodded approvingly. We will guide you, young Remy, he said. We will teach you the ancient wisdom of the rat realm, the secrets of the natural world, and the art of interspecies communication. But ultimately, your path is your own to forge. Remy spent the following weeks immersed in the teachings of the Rat Council. He learned about the intricate social structures of the rat community, their complex communication system, and their deep connection to the earth and its cycles. He learned about the ancient prophecies that foretold his arrival, the legends of the bridge between worlds, and the pivotal role he was destined to play in the fate of both humans and animals. Lily remained by his side throughout his journey, her unwavering support a constant source of strength and inspiration. She witnessed Remy's transformation, his growing confidence and understanding of his unique abilities. She watched as he forged deep connections with the rat elders, learning from their wisdom and gaining their trust. One day, as Remy and Lily were exploring the labyrinthine tunnels of the Great Burrow, they stumbled upon a hidden chamber filled with glowing crystals. Remy gasped, his eyes widening in wonder. "What is this place?" he asked, his voice hushed with reverence. Lily smiled, her eyes sparkling with delight. "This is the Crystal Pool of Dreams," she explained. "It is said to be a place where the veil between worlds is thin, where visions of the future can be glimpsed." Remy approached the pool, his curiosity piqued. As he gazed into the shimmering water, images began to appear, fleeting glimpses of a world transformed. He saw humans and animals living in harmony, their hearts united in a shared understanding of the interconnectedness of all living beings. He saw himself standing at the center of it all, a bridge between worlds, a beacon of hope and unity. A wave of emotion washed over Remy, a profound sense of purpose and belonging. He knew in that moment that he was exactly where he was meant to be, that his destiny was to fulfill the prophecy and guide the world towards a brighter future. When he turned to look at Lily, he saw tears glistening in her eyes. She reached out, taking his hand in hers. "You saw it too, didn't you?" she whispered. Remy nodded, his voice thick with emotion. "I saw our future," he replied. "A future where humans and animals live in peace, where our hearts beat as one." Remy and Lily returned to the human world, their hearts filled with a renewed sense of purpose. They knew that their journey was far from over, that the challenges they faced would be daunting. But they also knew that they were not alone. They had each other. They had the support of the Rat Council. And they had the unwavering belief that their love could bridge the gap between worlds and bring about a new era of harmony and understanding. Remy embraced his role as a mediator between humans and animals, using his unique gift to foster communication and build trust between species. He organized workshops and events where humans and animals could interact in a safe and respectful environment. He worked tirelessly to educate people about the importance of animal welfare, the interconnectedness of all living beings, and the need for environmental stewardship. Lily used her artistic talents to create powerful images that captured the beauty and complexity of the animal world. Her paintings, sculptures, and installations became a voice for the voiceless, a testament to the power of art to inspire empathy and spark change. Together, Remy and Lily became a beacon of hope, a symbol of the extraordinary bond that could exist between humans and animals. Their love story transcended boundaries, their shared vision a testament to the transformative power of connection and the boundless potential of a world united in love. Chapter 7. Mr. Monty's Mischief. The labyrinthine tunnels of the Great Burrow were alive with activity. Remy and Lily, hand in hand, navigated the bustling thoroughfares, their footsteps muffled by the soft moss that carpeted the ground. The air hummed with the whispers of countless rats, their conversations a symphony of squeaks, chirps, and trills. As they turned a corner, a flash of brown fur darted across their path, disappearing into a narrow crevice. A moment later, a pair of mischievous eyes peered out, followed by a twitching nose and a pair of impossibly long whiskers. "Mr. Monty," Remy chuckled, recognizing the playful rat who had become a frequent visitor to his apartment. "Always up to no good, aren't you?" Mr. Monty, a young and energetic rat with a penchant for mischief, emerged from his hiding place, a mischievous grin on his face. He scurried towards Remy, his tiny paws pattering against the ground, his tail wagging excitedly. Remy knelt down, extending his hand towards Mr. Monty. The rat hesitated for a moment, his whiskers twitching nervously. But then, as if reassured by Remy's gentle touch, he hopped onto his palm, his tiny heart beating rapidly against Remy's skin. "Hello, Mr. Monty," Remy greeted, his voice soft and soothing. "What have you been up to today?" Mr. Monty squeaked excitedly, his tiny paws gesturing wildly as he recounted his latest adventure. Remy listened intently, his eyes twinkling with amusement as Mr. Monty described his daring escape from a cat, his audacious theft of a blueberry muffin from a bakery, and his triumphant victory in a cheese-rolling competition. Lily watched the interaction with a mixture of fascination and amusement. She had never seen Remy so relaxed and carefree, his usual reserve melting away in the presence of his furry friend. The bond between them was undeniable, a testament to the power of interspecies friendship. Mr. Monty, emboldened by Remy's attention, hopped onto Lily's shoulder, his tiny nose twitching as he investigated her hair. Lily giggled, her fingers gently stroking his soft fur. "It seems you've made a new friend, Mr. Monty," Remy remarked, a hint of pride in his voice. Mr. Monty squeaked in agreement, his tiny paws patting Lily's cheek in a gesture of affection. Remy and Lily continued their exploration of the Great Burrow, accompanied by their newfound friend. Mr. Monty led them through hidden passages, secret chambers, and bustling marketplaces. He introduced them to his family and friends, a diverse cast of characters who welcomed them with open paws. They met Granny Whiskers, a wise and wrinkled rat who shared stories of ancient prophecies and the Rat Council's sacred traditions. They met Chef Whiskers, a culinary genius who whipped up delectable feasts from foraged berries, nuts, and seeds. They even met a group of young rat musicians who serenaded them with a lively tune played on miniature instruments made from hollowed-out acorns and blades of grass. As they delved deeper into the rat community, Lily and Remy were struck by the warmth, humor, and resilience of these remarkable creatures. Despite the challenges they faced, the rats maintained a positive outlook on life, finding joy in simple pleasures and celebrating their unique culture. One evening, as they gathered around a bonfire with a group of rats, Remy shared stories of the human world. He spoke of the beauty of art, the power of music, and the importance of compassion and understanding. The rats listened intently, their eyes wide with wonder and curiosity. Lily, inspired by the moment, began to sing a lullaby she had learned from her grandmother. Her voice, sweet and melodic, filled the air, weaving a spell of peace and tranquility. The rats closed their eyes, their bodies swaying gently to the rhythm of the music. When Lily finished singing, a hush fell over the gathering. Then, one by one, the rats began to sing along, their voices blending with hers in a harmonious chorus. Remy watched in awe as Lily's music bridged a gap between their worlds, creating a moment of shared connection and understanding. The power of laughter and friendship strengthened the bond between Remy, Lily, and the rat community. They shared meals, stories, and dreams, their laughter echoing through the tunnels of the Great Burrow. They learned from each other, their perspectives broadened by the unique insights and experiences of both humans and rats. Mr. Monty, with his playful antics and boundless energy, became a constant source of amusement and joy. He would often sneak into Remy's pocket, accompanying him on his adventures in the human world. He would scamper across Lily's canvases, leaving tiny paw prints that she would later incorporate into her artwork. Through their interactions with Mr. Monty and the other rats, Remy and Lily discovered a new appreciation for the simple joys of life. They learned to slow down, to savor each moment, and to find beauty in the most unexpected places. They realized that laughter was a universal language, a bridge that could connect hearts and transcend differences. As their bond with the rat community deepened, Remy and Lily began to see the world through new eyes. They saw the beauty in diversity, the strength in unity, and the power of love to overcome any obstacle. They understood that their destiny was not just to bridge the gap between humans and animals. Chapter 8: The Art of Acceptance. The biting chill of a New York winter did little to dampen the warmth that radiated between Lily and Remy. Their shared apartment, once a haven of solitude for Lily, now buzzed with a symphony of life. The sweet aroma of cinnamon and cloves mingled with the earthy scent of Remy's herbal teas, creating a fragrant haven that welcomed both human and rodent guests. One crisp December morning, as snowflakes swirled outside the window, Clara arrived unexpectedly, her arms laden with grocery bags and a hesitant expression on her face. Lily, who had been engrossed in a new painting inspired by the rat realm, greeted her with a warm smile and a steaming mug of hot chocolate. "Clara!" Lily exclaimed, setting aside her brush. "What a wonderful surprise! Come in, come in! You must be freezing." Clara stepped inside, her eyes darting around the apartment, taking in the subtle changes that had occurred since her last visit. The once bare walls were now adorned with Remy's nature-inspired sketches and Lily's vibrant canvases. A miniature hammock woven from grass hung in the corner, a gift from the Rat Council for Mr. Monty, who was currently napping soundly within its woven embrace. "I brought supplies for your little friends," Clara said, her voice a mixture of amusement and resignation as she gestured towards the grocery bags. "It seems they've developed a taste for gourmet cheese and organic berries." Lily chuckled, a warmth spreading through her chest. "They have discerning palates," she admitted, "but their friendship is worth every penny." As they unpacked the groceries, Clara couldn't help but notice the easy camaraderie between Lily and Remy. They moved around the kitchen with a synchronized grace, their laughter filling the air as they prepared a feast for their furry guests. Later that evening, as the snow fell silently outside, the apartment transformed into a lively gathering place. Remy, with his gentle charm and innate understanding of animal communication, held court with the rats, their squeaks and chirps blending with the crackling of the fireplace. Lily, her artistic spirit ignited by the scene before her, sketched the scene, capturing the essence of interspecies harmony on paper. Clara, initially a silent observer, found herself drawn into the warmth and camaraderie of the gathering. She watched as Remy patiently translated the rat's squeaks and gestures, his face alight with a genuine affection for his furry companions. She listened as Lily shared stories of their adventures in the rat realm. As the evening progressed, Clara's skepticism began to melt away, replaced by a grudging admiration for the unique bond that Lily and Remy shared. She saw the love and respect they had for each other, the way they supported and encouraged each other's passions. During a lull in the conversation, Clara turned to Lily, a hesitant smile on her face. "I have to admit," she said, her voice barely a whisper, "I was wrong about Remy. He's not just a rat whisperer. He's a kind, compassionate, and intelligent man who clearly adores you." Lily's heart swelled with gratitude. "Thank you, Clara," she replied, her eyes shimmering with unshed tears. "It means so much to me that you can see that." Remy, who had been listening intently, reached out and took Clara's hand in his. "Thank you for giving me a chance," he said, his voice filled with sincerity. "I know it's not easy to accept something so unconventional, but I promise you my intentions are pure." Clara squeezed his hand, a warmth spreading through her chest. "I believe you, Remy," she replied, a genuine smile gracing her lips. "And I'm happy for you both." The acceptance and understanding from Clara marked a turning point in Lily and Remy's relationship. They no longer felt the need to hide their love, to apologize for their unconventional bond. Instead, they embraced it, celebrating their differences and using their unique connection to inspire others. They began to host open houses, inviting people from all walks of life to meet the rats and learn about their fascinating culture. Lily's art became a powerful tool for advocacy, her paintings and sculptures showcasing the beauty and intelligence of these often misunderstood creatures. Remy's ability to communicate with animals drew people from far and wide, seeking his guidance and wisdom on how to build bridges between species. Their love story became a beacon of hope, a testament to the transformative power of acceptance and the boundless potential of a world united in love. They showed the world that love knows no boundaries, that it can flourish in the most unexpected places, and that it has the power to heal the deepest wounds. As they stood hand in hand, surrounded by their human and animal friends, Lily and Remy knew that their journey was far from over, but they also knew that they were on the right path, a path paved with love, compassion, and the unwavering belief that together they could create a brighter future for all. Chapter 9: A Tale of Happiness. Spring arrived in a burst of color, transforming the cityscape into a vibrant tapestry of blossoms and greenery. Lily and Remy, hand in hand, strolled through Washington Square Park, their footsteps echoing the rhythmic thump of a nearby bongo drum circle. A pair of squirrels chased each other up a gnarled oak tree, their playful chatter a familiar soundtrack to their walks. Lily's art career had flourished. Her unique perspective and newfound inspiration from the rat realm captivating critics and collectors alike. Her latest exhibition, titled Whispers of the Wild, was a resounding success, showcasing a collection of paintings and sculptures that captured the essence of interspecies harmony. Remy, too, had found his calling. He had become a sought-after speaker and advocate for animal rights, his ability to communicate with animals giving him a unique platform to share their stories and raise awareness of their plight. He had also founded a nonprofit organization dedicated to promoting interspecies understanding and cooperation, its mission resonating with people from all walks of life. Their apartment had become a haven for both humans and animals, a place where the lines between species blurred and the power of connection transcended all boundaries. Mr. Monty, ever the mischievous adventurer, had become a beloved member of their household, his playful antics bringing laughter and joy to their lives. One sunny afternoon, as Lily and Remy sat on their balcony, sipping iced tea and watching the pigeons flutter around the rooftops, a familiar squeak caught their attention. Mr. Monty scampered onto the railing, his tiny paws clutching a delicate flower woven. "For you, Lily," Remy translated, a tender smile gracing his lips, a token of appreciation from our furry friends. Lily's heart swelled with love and gratitude as she accepted the gift, her fingers gently tracing the intricate pattern of the woven petals. "Thank you, Mr. Monty," she whispered, her voice filled with emotion. "This is the most beautiful flower I've ever received." Mr. Monty squeaked happily, his whiskers twitching with delight. He then proceeded to climb onto Remy's shoulder, his tiny paws patting his cheek in a gesture of affection. Remy chuckled, his eyes twinkling with amusement. "It seems Mr. Monty has developed quite the fondness for you, Lily," he remarked. Lily smiled, her gaze meeting Remy's. "As have I," she replied, her voice soft and sincere. "He's brought so much joy and laughter into our lives." Remy reached out, taking Lily's hand in his. "Just like you have, my love," he said, his voice filled with tenderness. "You filled my life with color, with music, with a love that transcends all boundaries." Lily leaned into him, her head resting against his shoulder. "And you, Remy," she whispered, "you've shown me the true meaning of acceptance, the beauty of diversity, and the power of love to heal the wounds of the world." Their love story continued to blossom, defying societal expectations and inspiring others to embrace the unconventional. They became a symbol of hope, a testament to the transformative power of connection and the boundless potential of a world united in love. One day, as Lily and Remy were volunteering at an animal shelter, they met a young girl named Maya, who had been struggling to cope with the loss of her beloved pet dog. Lily, with her gentle nature and intuitive understanding of animal emotions, was able to connect with Maya on a deep level, offering comfort and solace. Remy, using his telepathic abilities, was able to communicate with Maya's dog in the spirit world, relaying messages of love and reassurance. The experience was transformative for Maya, who found closure and healing through her connection with both Lily and Remy. Inspired by their encounter with Maya, Lily and Remy decided to create a program that would connect children who had lost pets with animal communicators like Remy. The program, called Whispers of Hope, quickly gained popularity, offering comfort and healing to countless grieving families. As their influence grew, Lily and Remy became sought-after speakers and educators, their message of love and acceptance resonating with audiences around the world. They traveled to schools, universities, and community centers, sharing their story and inspiring others to embrace diversity and celebrate the unique gifts that each individual brings to the world. One evening, as they sat by the fireplace in their cozy apartment, Remy turned to Lily, his eyes filled with love and gratitude. "I never imagined that my life would turn out this way," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "I never dreamed that I would find such love, such purpose, such joy." Lily smiled, her heart overflowing with happiness. "Neither did I," she replied, her voice a soft whisper. "But I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world." Remy reached out, taking her hand in his. "We have a unique love, Lily," he said, "a love that defies expectations, a love that bridges worlds. But it is also a love that is grounded in the simple truths of compassion, understanding, and acceptance." Lily nodded, her eyes sparkling with unshed tears. "Our love is a testament to the power of connection," she said. "It is a reminder that we are all interconnected, that we are all part of something bigger than ourselves." Remy leaned forward, his lips brushing against hers in a tender kiss. "Our love is a gift," he whispered, his voice a gentle caress, "a gift that we must cherish and share with the world." As they sat there, enveloped in the warmth of their love, Lily and Remy knew that their journey was far from over, but they also knew that they were exactly where they were meant to be, together forever. The end.